Portions of the following program may have been pre-recorded.
Warning, the following is entirely satirical and should not be taken as truth or fact. Styles Rebel Radio and the Rebel Podcast do not own any copyrighted material that may be included in this broadcast. Viewer discretion is advised.
What am I putting in the trash that it's not gonna melt? That this fucking 2,000 degrees Celsius lava ain't gonna melt. Steel beams on the World Trade Center, jet fuel melts those bad boys.
Suspend the show right now.
You're gonna zipline directly into the harpoon?
Yeah.
What do you know about planes?
I know a lot about planes.
Buckle in, dude. It's gonna suck.
Put your hand on the screen.
How did they find out? Who was the one?
This show has gotten infinitely more gay.
The mystical land of New Jersey.
I don't understand how the laws in this country work anymore. Welcome back to the Rebel Radio Show. Live now.
Hello.
Uncut and uncensored on WSRR Radio. We're saving the underground music scene. To my right, Shani.
Hey, everyone.
On the board is Jules.
Hello.
I'm Radio's Rebel DJ Style. It's time to talk about AI.
Yeah. So
It's something we've never done before. So
it's new. It's called artificial intelligence. And it's sweeping the nation.
Seems pretty cool, right?
Yeah. AI is making drugs now, so who wants to take them?
Seems pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's making drugs.
Yeah, so there's generative AI that will be designing new drugs all on its own. So the Eli scientists
Whitney made the cotton gin.
Yeah.
1863. I don't
Nice.
think that's the right year.
Scientists at Eli Lilly have been surprised by a novel design of molecules that AI has produced as part of a hypothetical drug discovery research. A major precedent for AI-generated breakthroughs in biology was set in 2021 when Google's DeepMind AI, known for its creative thinking in realms ranging from the strategy game to music, video, and cloud computing, came up with a novel protein called AlphaFold. Within a few years, experts at Eli Lilly and NVIDIA say AI will not only think up new drugs, but ones that humans could not even create. So
1793. That's when the cotton gin was invented by Eli Whitney. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but it bugs me.
I just want to know, like, what kind of drugs are these AI going to make? What are these drugs going to do that we can't even create yet? How are they going to make? How are they going to take things
super meth?
Super duper meth.
What I'm assuming is it's going to be fed everything we already know about all the illnesses that we know of.
Yeah.
And also everything we already know about all the medication we've already made.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's going to take all of those components, take them all apart, and make drugs for all the illnesses. And like make them super precise, maybe even downsize half of the side effects of birth control or
Right.
I have two major issues. Number one, I can't wrap my head around it. Like, I get, okay, we're going to have this AI module research a bunch of fucking information about drugs and cross-reference it, and it's going to give us a solution for this ailment, right?
Right.
I get that. At the same time, we're feeding it all the information that we know, not just one person, but everybody, about all these different drugs.
Right.
And a lot of it's theory. A lot of it could be research on what worked and what didn't work, or hypotheses.
Hypothesize.
Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
It's gonna feed it directly Gangnam Style. But like, I get that, and I as much as I can wrap my head around it, I can't, because it's hard for me to understand the fact that I understand it's cross-referencing all the information and kind of molding it together, but it's just gonna regurgitate that information, right? It's not going to make its own thought process. It's not going to make its own hypothesis on how to make drugs.
Well,
it's just kind of culminating everything that we have already.
I mean, it says
in a convenient way.
Google's DeepMind AI created a protein.
That's true.
So, like, it's already creating. I guess the big thing that is confusing is, like, taking two things that we've already had access to and creating something new.
Right.
Without us having done it, at least trying it first, you know? And I guess that is possible, but it's just, it seems so unlikely.
Yeah.
You know? Like, how have we made it this far without trying X and Y or whatever,
right.
you know?
It's one of those things that it makes sense because, yeah, we have all of man's knowledge that we've acquired so far at the touch of our fingers.
Mhm.
But you're not reading every article on every page of Google on minor websites and personal blogs and things like that, where I guess this can cross-reference that way and put that together. So someone's findings in, I don't know, some weird scientist in Nigeria who found something that never actually got published that now
Right.
this can find and corroborate with something that someone in Alabama found. And
Right.
like, I guess that makes sense to me. I also have a concern of how accurate it's going to be. Is it going to like overlook side effects and kill someone? Is it going to not be accurate at all? Because you can go into ChatGPT and it can give you something super accurate. And it's like, hey, who won the World Series in 2006? And it'll give me
Right.
that, but I can have it fucking make up something completely fucking random too. Like, hey, tell me about that time John Mellencamp wrote a song about falling down the stairs.
Right.
Here it is.
Right.
That didn't happen.
Right. Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting because like the prescription drugs and stuff that we've been prescribed and have been around for 20 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Say 10, 20 years.
Sure.
These prescription drugs that we've been taking have been around, or even like the ones that we get prescribed by doctors.
Sure.
Everything from like now going forward could potentially be new AI created drug, or at least within the next like 5 years, you could say.
Are
You
we
know?
going to have to ask our pharmacist if AI was used in making this
Yeah, right,
prescription?
It'll
right.
probably have to be a disclaimer at some point. Like if this takes off, they'll probably have to put on the bottle that like, hey,
Yeah.
this was created by artificial intelligence and
Yeah.
may be harmful.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll be another big fucking lawsuit
'Cause the
disclaimer.
The thing is, there's going to be like testing trials for all of these drugs.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like there won't be. They're going to test it on animals.
Which is
and-
something they do now.
Right. That's already something that they do with drugs that humans create. So, like, my headcanon says, well, it's going to be safe then if it makes it through that testing trial. But it's just like there is an extra layer of suspect with letting computers control the drugs as opposed to humans. It just feels like that's where it gets into the moral area of like, this is kind of weird. Like, why are we letting computers control what makes us better? I mean, and you could argue then because they're better at it and they're going to make
Sure.
us healthier potentially. Like you said, there won't be maybe as many side effects from taking birth control and stuff like that. Right.
Yeah.
It could potentially make us better and be a overall pro. But like, there's still that underlying layer of, well, this was made by a computer and I'm not a computer.
Right.
You know?
It's something that, and again, I know there's going to be a human element to it once this spits you out a code and here's the prescription you have to make. Put these things together.
Right.
There's going to be a human there, a team of them that's going to look at that and go, okay, well, we can or can't do this because of this.
Right.
My fear is that how much trust they're putting into the machine already to even attempt this, that they're going to trust it and second guess themselves. Whereas like something could be basic human knowledge of, hey, don't consume a large quantity of mercury. And this
Yeah.
machine's like, hey, you got to put a lot of fucking mercury in this and trust me, it'll work.
Yeah.
My concern is then, well, we know that's dangerous, but this says it's not. So maybe it's not.
Mm.
That's my concern.
I
And then it goes to testing.
I think just initially, my personal take is this is like an area where AI could be a net positive. I think they
It's
can.
one of
be
the better
positive.
instances we've talked about.
Yeah, I think it's definitely more net positive than it is net negative. I think that the net negatives are like heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like lots of death across
Yeah.
the nation due to pharmaceutical pills or something like that, you know? I think it could be very bad in that, right? But I think overall, just going through the basic, like plain steps in my head of they're going to have testing trials like they do with other drugs. There's, like you said, there's going to be teams of, there's going to be human intervention at some point to, you know, take the code to the lab, to the
But-
pill,
Yeah.
to the process, you know, like there's going to be humans. So I feel like overall, this is something where like in 5-6 years, when we have drugs that are taking away side effects that we didn't even know was going to be possible, or, you know, like just things that you wouldn't even think be possible are going to be coming or going to start becoming possible.
They could cure cancer.
Right. Shit like shit that we can't even think of. Right.
Right.
I think when we start to see things like that in the physical, then we'll be like, "Oh man, this," and we find out the headlines are like, "This new drug that's saving these people is actually an AI drug." I think then we'll be like, "Ah, see, like
Or-
maybe this is."
On the flip side of that, this thing
Yeah.
works exponentially, like you said. And we forgot the cure for cancer. This AI chatbot was able to make this, and it's a thing now. and then Microsoft buys it out before it comes public.
Ooh,
And now no one
imagine.
can use this formula.
Yeah, now we got to buy them to pay $10 million for one pill of the Microsoft
Yeah.
drug. Yeah.
Imagine Elon Musk's brain chip has like some health monitoring code that you could take out and like plug into the AI
Oh my gosh.
to
Talking about Neuralink.
yeah,
To tell you
to
exactly what kind
what
of
drugs
prescriptions.
you need.
Oh my gosh.
make you all better.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I
I
take
was-
it back. I don't
I
like
like
it.
that idea a lot.
Humans are slowly becoming not the superior species on Earth.
Yeah.
And we're just watching it happen.
Yeah.
Kind of just like, well, I guess one day we probably won't be here.
Real quick, I want to bring this up since we're talking about AI. I'm
Mhm.
switching sides
Yeah,
officially.
yeah.
I'm all for automated restaurants. I'm all for automated fast food now.
You think?
Yeah, no, I'm all for it.
What was the?
I went to 2 different McDonald's in the span of 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and the entire staff, not just like the people behind like the fry cooks,
Mm-hmm.
were just hanging out in the lobby on their phone, walking around, bullshitting, being loud.
Yeah.
Customers in store,
We
waiting
still
for
had
food.
orders like in the kitchen. We
Yeah.
weren't eating yet.
And like, my issue with it is they're making like $21 an hour to do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if they were making like 11.
Right.
They're making $21 an hour to do
Right.
that and act a fool while customers are waiting.
Yeah.
Automate it. Automate all of it. They
I-
don't deserve the.
I
They don't
pity
deserve
the
it.
foo.
I pity the foo. They don't deserve that salary. Automate it all.
Yeah.
Then you're only paying people $21 an hour who know how to fix machines or coding.
See, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be like we're gonna have like a self checkout situation in like
They won't trust you.
a couple years when stores do start going automated,
Mhm.
and like we like it more, but then more problems arise that the companies don't want to fix or something
Yeah.
like that. And then we're gonna be at this impasse of like, well, the automated restaurants are the only options now, but because they won't fix XYZ problems, the quality has shot to shit. And it's gonna be very dystopian.
I think that's a net positive because once
Yeah.
it gets to that point, that opens the door for more mom and pop shops. Of like,
Oh,
damn, I
yeah.
can't go to any McDonald's because all of them have this quality issue
Oh yeah.
that no one cares about.
Yeah.
Oh, well, a burger place just opened up down the street. I'll go there.
Right.
They got people cooking food.
Right.
Then I want people cooking my food.
Yeah.
I think it has to work itself out, though. I
Yeah.
think we have to get there. Right now, I'm firmly on the side of automate it all. I don't give a fuck. All these major corporations, automate them all. Automate them all.
Yeah.
I'm cool if someone's getting paid $21 to fix the coding or going in and work on the actual automated system because I don't
Mhm.
understand that and I need my food. I'm cool with them getting paid even more than that. I'm not cool with fucking 16-year-old high school dude who just smoked a blunt out in his car, bullshitting in the fucking lobby on his
Yeah.
phone while I'm waiting for food.
I
And getting $21 an hour.
Oh my gosh, someone had a really bad experience at McDonald's. I wonder who.
Two of them.
Yeah, I
Dose.
can tell.
Dose.
We can tell. Yeah, I feel like I want to try the automated places before I.
Say automate it all.
Right, because like
No, no, 'cause
it's
the
probably
work-
gonna be cool for
Yeah.
The first 5 times.
the first couple months or something like that. It's gonna be cool, and then we're gonna see 2 or 3 more, and we're gonna pick those over the normal places, and then the companies are gonna think that those places are more popular, when in reality we just like the change of something new and different. And then when we try to go back to the old places, they're gonna be like, whoa, we thought you liked
we
everything.
can't go back now.
Yeah, we can't go back now. We can't hire real people. What are you talking about? Why would we do that? Give our money to the poors? No.
Well, here's my argument versus like this. We're talking about the AI drugs, right? Worst case scenario, I start going to automated McDonald's. They all start being automated. Worst case scenario, I go through, they fuck something up, and I don't get McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Worst case scenario is I go somewhere else or I cook at home. I'm perfectly fine with the worst case scenario being I don't get McDonald's.
Right.
That's probably a net positive that I
Yeah,
just
in the
don't
long
want at a
run,
time.
Right.
Worst case scenario with this, I die.
Yeah.
Multiple people die.
Right.
Because AI didn't understand that I can't consume large quantities of mercury.
Well, again, I think that's where, like, with this specifically, I feel safer with animal testing phases. Like, I feel that safety net more so with the animal testing phases and with people intervening and, like, looking at the actual ingredients that they're putting in the
Yeah.
pill to be like, okay, well, yeah, the system wants to give you 30 grams of mercury because they tell you that it's going to take away X, Y, and Z.
Right.
But we obviously can't do that. So we need to tweak the machine or tweak the code or
Yeah.
send it back through the program and tell it don't do that.
Well, because you gotta think that's something that's going through its system too, is medicine from hundreds of years ago.
Right,
So it might be.
Right.
216-859-8699. Let me know if you want to sign up for testing.
Wind down your night or start your morning off with Lo-Fi Wake Up on WSRR Radio. Weekdays from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Everybody, this is the Pidge, and I'm here to tell you that I hate everything that you send me, but I love it at the same time because holy shit. That's all I gotta say to that. If you guys don't know me, I'm the Pidge, and I'm one of the members of the Styles Rebel Radio page. You probably won't.
Your dad didn't leave for cigarettes. He's out in the car, listening to the Rebel Radio Show.
I guess I don't really have a say in the story since I have a green text phone. I guess this is up to you to discuss
You
about the
plebeian.
Apple products.
You plebeian.
Yeah. I'm lower class. I'm a second-rate citizen though.
Yeah.
My phone just flips though. So.
Yeah.
Let me know when your phone flips. Then I'll come
Hey,
back.
I don't need no flipping phone.
I do. I need it.
I don't need no flipping phone.
I fucking need it.
They say an apple a day. I live by that.
You consume several apples a day.
Multiple apples. I'm an apple gobbler.
So I found out that apparently force quitting your apps on your Apple device, like swiping your apps away,
Mm-hmm.
can negatively impact your battery life. Because iOS manages memory, and its main thing is to manage memory efficiently, is what they say. Frequently closing and opening your apps is actually going to consume more battery life than just leaving them open in the background, because it's
False.
it's
False. Don't
literally
believe.
it's suspending your apps. It's pausing them in the background. They're not always running. That's why they do a little refresh when you swipe back to them.
No. Here's the thing. They're lying. They're lying. I don't believe them for a second.
Nah.
No. I don't believe them for 1 second that saves your battery. It's also definitely something Apple would do, is just lie so your phone gets ruined.
Hey guys, keep all your apps open. I promise it makes your phone run faster.
I get that it probably takes more battery and more energy to, like, if I swipe out of Instagram when it's closed, it takes more to open it back up from the app. I get that.
Right.
But that's assuming I'm closing all my apps, like the 13 I have open, and then opening them all back up. I'm not
Right.
doing that. I'm closing them all because I'm not using any of them at the time.
Right.
I'm going to open one of them back up, and that's going to be what I use. And the next time, I'm going to open one of them back up, maybe an hour later.
Right.
Like, it's not like I'm going through and opening and closing my fucking apps.
Yeah.
Their claim of not being used while they're in the background, I think that's just blasphemous.
Yeah, it's clearly like if I have texts where if you send GIFs,
Yeah.
it like takes up more storage in your phone, and so then if you send a GIF and then just leave it and like don't text that person for whatever, and it just sits there, it's still taking up that same amount of data that it was.
Yeah, but that's different. That's a file in your phone.
Yeah.
Okay, no, because if I have Pokemon Go and I enable location settings always, so it's monitoring my steps, it's still doing that whether it's open or closed. But there's plenty of apps that only do it if you have it running in the background. Or will give you updates. If I have a radio app open and I'm listening to the radio in the background, it's still on. If I have Spotify, it's still on.
Maybe it's an app by app basis, but maybe
Then they can't make that claim.
But that's not Apple specific.
But Apple is saying the apps in your background are essentially asleep. They're not consuming data.
They're not consuming battery life.
They are, though. You ever just had Spotify on and nothing else on in your phone and your battery dies?
I wonder if they could make the claim that it's not consuming battery life, but like they couldn't make the claim that your phone runs just as fast if you have 30 tabs open as you do if you have no tabs open. Like, I wonder if it's a speed and like bandwidth thing.
Because it's definitely consuming RAM at the very least.
Right. It's taking up some kind of background storage.
It says that it doesn't help your battery life,
Apple
your
also
RAM,
said
or
you'd
your
never
CPU.
catch a virus on an Apple. That was their whole selling point. They said an Apple product will never catch a virus. That was literally the selling point of Apple. So I'm not believing anything they fucking say.
Yeah,
As noted on the show, I infested my calendar with porn. All right, so Apple's full of shit.
It feels like that's too good to be true. Like, and that's not how technology baseline in the brain works. You know, like if it is on and running in the background, it is taking up space and speed, and it is damaging your system more than it is. You know.
Yeah, well, because all it is a small computer at the end of the day, right?
Right.
You may not have an app, or you might not have an application open on your computer. Say fucking Discord or Surfshark, right? You may not have it open on your computer. It may not even be a window that's open, but it's not stopped. It's still running in the background, and you have to go into your task manager and say, oh, this is still running for some reason, and it shows you how much RAM it's taking up, and it shows you what speed it's running at.
Right.
And once you close that, you can see the improvement if it's that bad.
Right.
You can see the degradation. So, like, that's still something that applies if you take it and put it on a smaller scale.
Yeah, and that's something that you can even like check on an iPhone.
Can you?
I'm pretty sure you can you can go to a website that's checking your speed. Yeah, I think. Could be totally blowing smoke on my
I have
butthole,
no idea.
Yeah, I think that this sounds like a bunch of Apple hubbub.
I feel like they could have a lawsuit on their hands for this.
I'm gonna leave all my apps open and see what it does.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have an Apple anymore, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna still close out my apps like I do.
I'm just saying, I feel like it's stupid to have all your apps open. Like, you would just assume that fucking kills battery.
Yeah, it's just a very wild claim for them to make. And it is, I mean, yeah, it's coming directly from Apple. They discussed it on a forum, on one of their Apple forums.
Because essentially it's saying that the app is asleep when you're not using it, and it's just opening your dock, right?
Yes, but there are other, like, multitasking apps.
I understand that, but even having the app open and asleep takes up more fucking data than just having it closed, period.
Yes, but essentially closing
so it's taking up more data.
And then relaunching it an hour later takes up more of your battery.
Okay, so Apple is saying you should force an app to close only if it's unresponsive. So you should never close out your apps. That seems like a bunch of hubbub.
Yeah, no, that's absolute bullshit.
That means that if I have 200 apps on my phone and I open all of them within the span of 5 days, I should keep them all open forever.
Yeah.
And just never close them.
Yeah, this claim is saying you should never, from the inception of you getting an app, never close it unless it's unresponsive. That's what it's
really
telling
crazy.
you. They're full of shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to speak on behalf of you, but I can almost attest that we've all had like 50 fucking apps open at one point and went, oh, that's why my phone's running like shit, and closed the apps, and then it runs better.
Right.
I was just thinking back to clearing out grandma's apps on her iPad.
Right.
And it makes it run
where she's like,
so much better.
My iPad hasn't been working, and she's got 300 tabs open.
Right.
Well, so not only is it taking up battery and it's affecting your RAM, it's affecting your connection too.
Right.
Because even though they might not be active, it's still linked to the internet. Like your phone itself is already connected to the internet, sure.
Right.
But everything you go on sends another signal to your internet. So if I have 30 apps open, that's 30 open connections I have to the Wi-Fi right now.
Or is it one because your phone is the one standard connection?
No, because have you ever had that many apps on your phone open, you can't open another page of Google, and then you close all your apps and you can open another page of Google?
No.
Well, it happens. You will go on a computer and open 13 apps of Google and see how slow it runs, and then close them.
That's fair.
No.
It's the same concept.
Yeah.
You're connecting over and over and over again, and it's gonna slow the service down.
Right.
They're full of shit. This is definitely open to a lawsuit, right?
Maybe.
Like, if you can prove it, right? It shouldn't be that hard to prove if we can look at the metrics of the phone.
Let's sue Apple. Oh, baby.
I am so into suing Apple.
We're going to make so much money.
You ever just go on the fucking class action lawsuits page and look?
one of these days Apple's gonna show up.
Dude, no, so I'm genuinely serious. Sometimes I'll just go on, like, there's a website that's a government website for class action lawsuits, and I'll just kind of look at what's pending right now.
Yeah, see if you
And
can jump on board.
Yeah, because some of them are so vague, man. Like some of
Right.
them you have to have receipts and proof. And I signed up for an A&W class action lawsuit like
Hey.
6 months ago,
Hey,
and I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll get like a $3 check in the mail.
right.
Because literally the qualifications were like, did you buy A&W root beer or cream soda between the dates of 2010 and 2019? I'm like, yeah, I probably did.
Probably at least once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how many cases of A&W did you buy? I don't know, a couple,
Yeah.
12 packs.
Yeah.
So I've done like 3 12 packs. Did you notice any defects? I don't know.
Maybe.
Okay, we're going to see how this class action lawsuit plays out. Cool.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get a couple bucks.
Right? Listen, it's worth doing.
Yeah.
Just go look up class action lawsuits every so often.
Just sign up.
Yeah.
Let's start a class action lawsuit against Apple.
It doesn't cost me anything, and like I might make $3. It's net positive, baby.
I think that we should sue one of the biggest tech companies in the world.
You were talking about hoping Disney gets a fucking tell-all about him the last hour.
Yeah, dude.
And I had to remind you that they're so fucking big that it just wouldn't happen because they'd pay him out.
No, I think that it still would happen.
Apple's been sued for things before, and they're still doing this, though. They don't care. They just don't. They got sued for having your phone vibrate when there's no notification, and they still kept doing it.
Yeah, that is a crazy thing. That is true.
Like, Apple just lies a lot.
And they don't care because everybody keeps buying Apple
Yeah,
products.
they don't have to be truthful. That's what's crazy about it.
It's monopoly.
It's crazy that you can't even get like this phone I have like from 4 years ago. It's the
Yeah,
iPhone 12.
yeah.
You can't buy it brand new from Apple
Yeah,
anymore.
well, that's like I was talking about. You can't buy an iPod from Apple anymore. You
Mhm.
literally cannot buy a new iPod from Apple. They do not produce iPods. Apple, that company that makes iPods, does not produce iPods right now.
The company that got famous for making iPods?
Yeah, the company got famous for making iPods. Doesn't make iPods anymore.
Not the
Straight
Apple
up.
computers or anything. Just iPods.
Straight
Who
up.
are they to say that I don't need an iPod?
Yeah, maybe I want an iPod Touch.
So is there a reason that their old phones run slow? Because they got sued for that too, didn't they?
Yeah.
The updates crashing their old phones because they can't hang.
Once somebody pays off their phone.
These old Apple phones can't hang, man.
Well, no, that's the whole thing. So that's why they crash, is because, you have to have the most up-to-date iOS for your phone, right?
Right.
But that phone can't actually handle the processor in that iOS.
Right,
so that's why it crashes. But if I have a fucking iPhone 5C with the processor from when the 5C was released, it should run just fine, right? I might not be able to run Instagram the same, but like
right.
I can use it as a phone, I can use it as a text, I can use it as a calculator, right?
Right.
So why does it still run like shit if that's the processor it's supposed to run on?
Okay, I see your point.
Apple's
It should just run the same
right.
as it did.
When
and
it was new.
always- Yeah.
Yeah,
Apple's
and they've been
shady.
sued for that,
Yeah.
and they're
Apple's
still
shady.
fine.
Yeah, because I have an iPad mini that I can no longer update because it doesn't
There's
support any of the new iOS.
what
Mm.
iOS are we on now?
16, 17?
Yeah, I think it's like 17.
I think that iPad right there,
Mhm.
it's an iPad mini. I think it goes up to maybe iOS 11 is the
That's so
last iOS
crazy.
that's on, and I have it fully up to date.
Yeah.
And I remember like, well, I can't use Instagram on it because Instagram itself is too fucking updated to run on
Right.
iOS 8 or whatever it is. But like, I should be able to fucking use it as a notepad and text and use old apps that
Mhm.
haven't been updated.
Right.
No, that thing doesn't fucking run.
Mm.
Absolutely not. That's why it's been sitting there dead for 2 years.
Right.
Like that iPad doesn't work. It's literally just sitting there because it's worth like 5 cents. And it's a shame because I literally bought it to use for the studio.
Right.
I'm like, oh, cheap iPad. We can get text on it. Can't. We can do it on the website though, 216-859-8699.
Hey everyone, Shaney here, the host of that show. Off Air. Check me out 3 p.m. weekdays on WSRR, Styles Rebel Radio.
Hey, Style here to remind you that StylesRebelRadio.com is a group of free content creators, and because of that, you may have noticed that we don't do a lot of ad spots between our breaks, and that's intentional. We're not here to shill out to off-brand cereal or promote crappy mobile games. We strive to give you quality, professional content without the repetitive marketing. That being said, if you like what we do and want to support the shows, you can always click the link in the Spotify description to help support us for as little as 99 cents a month. Now back to the broadcast.
left the Rebel Radio Show playing.
I came across a lot of news stories this week that just kind of pissed me off. I'm like, that's stupid. That's a stupid thing. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Right? This one's got some merit.
This one's got some weight to it. This one's got some legs to it.
Yeah. I don't agree with the overall sentiment here, but they might be honest. I think they're keeping the good stuff from us.
It was sounding like you did. Before we went on, it sounded like you did agree.
No.
It sounded like you were an advocate.
The article is saying, why can't we throw trash into volcanoes?
Oh.
It's telling you that we shouldn't and it's bad and why not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I am very much an advocate of why the fuck can't we throw trash in volcanoes? It's such a quick and easy solution.
You know, I'm starting to see your point. Actually, now that you've explained it like that.
Yeah.
It is.
Now that I broke it down.
Yeah.
Now that I broke it down to I could.
Yeah. No, that if you can, then maybe you should. That makes sense.
You know the saying, if you can, do. Also, apparently...
If you can't teach.
Yeah.
Also, apparently Alaska is the volcano capital of the world, United States.
Yeah, I guess so. 86.
I don't believe it.
86 volcanoes.
I'm sorry, I don't believe. If you're listening in Alaska, tell me if you have 80. Count them. 216-859-8699. You guys don't have 86 volcanoes.
Yeah, I thought 86
ridiculous.
was the cold, or Canada, Alaska was the cold place. Where am I?
What are you talking about right now?
I thought Alaska was cold.
It is cold.
Not according to the volcanoes that live
I
there.
don't think volcanoes just make it hot.
Lava.
But they're saying that we can't throw trash into volcanoes to get rid of it because it's bad for the environment, because it makes a volcanic haze, and because it hurts the air quality index.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we could use volcanoes to get rid of trash.
Well,
Because
you're
what's
not
the
allowed to burn trash.
No, hang on. What's the main problem with trash?
Can't burn it.
We put it right in, I can. You put it right into the earth, and it's been hurting the earth, and everyone's upset about that, right? We can't just keep burying the trash in landfills. It's not good for the earth.
Well, you can't put it into the atmosphere either, jackass.
Jackass. I'm gonna bury my trash.
You burn up all the trash, and the smoke goes into the environment, and it makes stars.
I'm burying it like buried treasure. Buried treasure.
Everyone's problem is that it ruins our earth because we bury the fucking trash and it's there for millions and millions of years because like plastic doesn't decompose, right? And I get it. The fucking it's not safe to be breathing in the fucking ash and all the stuff from the volcano. I get it. I'm not saying it's not going to affect the air quality index. I'm just saying we could theoretically make a certain radius around one of these volcanoes an unlivable space. And then that is the dedicated trash volcano for this sector of the United States.
Well, yeah, couldn't we like man-made create a remote volcano on an island? I feel like that's something that we could do.
That was my next thought of like, can't we just like get lava?
Yeah, I feel like if we really wanted to create a volcano as humans, we could.
We can just put it somewhere where it's not going to hurt
should.
people.
I don't think that we should necessarily, but I think if we really wanted to put our trash in a volcano.
I think this article's full of shit. I think that's the way to do it.
Is this what,
I'm just
is this
saying
what
I think
Marky
that
Mark's
we could.
doing in Hawaii? In his bunker?
No, see, we can't do it in Hawaii. It's too small of a space,
Yeah.
and it's too many people that inhabit Hawaii. But, like, Alaska's population ain't that big. They could definitely make a ruling that's like, hey, this radius around this volcano is now unlivable. Here's your government paycheck. Move. This is the trash volcano.
Did not know that.
Sorry,
there were
Alaska.
86 volcanoes in Alaska.
And what are they doing? What are they using them for? They got 86 volcanoes.
Alaska
I
is
can't
not
use
that
one of
big.
them. I
Alaska's
can't use one of
not-
your 86 volcanoes.
It's not like a giant space. Wait a
It
minute.
is. It's the biggest
Wait a minute.
state.
It's saying that there's 12 volcanoes in California. That's not true. There aren't 12 volcanoes in California.
I know we have listeners. I don't know about Alaska. I know we have listeners in California. 216-859-8699. If
There's
you
only
text past
five.
9, it's free.
It's only 5 in Hawaii?
Yeah, how are there more volcanoes in California than
Hawaii's
there?
small.
But there aren't 12 volcanoes. There
I
aren't
think
12
there
volcanoes in
are.
California.
They're not all active volcanoes.
How many volcanoes are there in California?
I'm just saying, if you've got 86 volcanoes and I can't use one of them, that's just being an ass. It
You might be
really
right.
is. Furthermore, like you said, we could just put a volcano somewhere.
Oh, it says that there are 29 volcanoes. What the fuck?
So is it 19 wait, what was it? 12? In California? You're looking at California? Is it 12 active volcanoes?
It's a 12.
Wait, go back. I think it was generalizing
How many volcanoes are there? There are, hang on, there's 161 volcanoes in 14 U.S. states, this says.
Why do we have so many volcanoes in the U.S.?
And we're not doing anything with them.
I didn't know that we had that many
We're
volcanoes.
not throwing trash in them.
We
Get
gotta do
over it.
something with it.
How about we leave them alone?
Why?
Because they haven't done anything.
But they could do something for us. It's for the longest time, it's been us versus the volcanoes. Isn't it about time we mend that fence? Let's live in harmony, guys. Let's work together.
By
the volcanoes
aggroing
get fed.
the volcanoes by throwing trash at them.
What are you planning on
I don't
putting in
think
the
that they would
volcanoes?
like it.
What are you planning on putting in there that's going to be so bad?
Soap and
Nothing.
bubbles.
Anything that's going to be worse than
Because
putting in the earth?
I literally plan on never putting anything in a volcano, on a volcano, near a volcano,
If
because
I-
I don't want it to explode and destroy
If
the earth.
I lived anywhere near a volcano, I would be putting stuff in the volcano as often as I could.
This is why we live in Ohio.
If I lived near an active volcano,
I wouldn't.
and I like knew that my neighbors went up and took trash and were like, I might be like, hey, neighbor Steve, why don't you go ahead and just take my trash too?
Yeah, okay, so if we're neighbors, if you and I are neighbors in Alaska,
No.
like we've always dreamed about,
Yes,
if you and I are neighbors in Alaska,
that is the dream.
and one day you notice that the garbage truck doesn't stop at my house ever,
Mhm.
and you're like, hey, why isn't the garbage truck stopping your house? I'm like, oh, it's because once a week I take the old pickup here and I haul my trash up to Vesuvius 3 and I dump all the trash in there.
See,
You'd hop on board.
in that situation, if I already have a if the garbage man just did not come and I was responsible for my own trash, and then I found out you were taking your trash up to Vesuvius 3, I'd say, I'm on board, take it.
Well, here's the thing. The trash does run. The trash runs, but you're paying
trash
for
runs fast.
it. But you're paying for
Can
it.
never catch the trash.
Can you just not pay for trash? Will the government ask where your trash is going?
No, here's the thing. So, like, there are cities that take care of your trash for you.
Yeah.
Like, it's part of your local tax that you pay for trash pickup.
Yeah.
I don't live in a city that the trash is paid for. I have to pay the trash company once a month to come pick up my trash. And then they tell me there's things I can't throw away. And then they tell me how many cans I can have out there and how many
Fuck you,
boxes I
trash
can have out
company.
there. Fuck you, Republic Services.
I have trash.
But like what I'm saying is if I live in Alaska and the trash company is giving me the runaround
Yeah.
and they're like, listen, buddy, we can't throw all this stuff out. You got too many cans and they're charging me when I
Yeah.
live by a volcano.
Yeah.
Buddy, canceling my subscription. I'll drive my fucking truck up to Vesuvius 3.
Telling that trash company, nah,
Nah.
I'm going up to the volcano.
Do I look
I
like a
still
chump to
think-
you?
I think
Going up to the
maybe
volcano. You fucking
would get
jabroni.
caught.
You're-
eventually. Is it illegal? Do we know if it's illegal to throw trash in a volcano?
Listen, I think if like the police saw you driving your pickup truck full of trash in the back up to the top of the volcano and then like over the shoulder hauling it all into the pit, I would assume me being the police officer in that situation, I feel like it would be my job
That's
to
why
be like,
we do-
hey,
Hey, I'm doing it in the dead of night. It's not like I don't have practice.
okay,
This isn't
wearing
just-
a mask.
Yeah, this isn't some fucking rinky-dink operation here.
Yeah, no, you
I'm the trash man. It's garbage day.
It's garbage day. All right, well,
I'm just saying, it is a much better. Now that's a goofy little scenario, right?
sure, yes.
But I'm saying, let's take your idea. Even we're not going to use an active volcano. We're going to make a volcano.
Yeah.
I'm going to acquire lava, which
Yeah.
is something that no one's doing apparently. Like I
Yeah.
feel like we could acquire lava by
we
this point.
we got to corner the lava market.
I'm just saying, it's 2024 and no one's just taking lava and putting it other places.
The global elite powers will be terrified when we've assumed all of the lava, all of the world's lava.
Okay, I get it. It's a little hot. All right, it melts some things. But if we had tanks that shot lava, who would mess with us? If we could drop lava bombs on countries, who would mess with us? We got fucking 86 active volcanoes just ready and waiting to be harvested.
Are they all active?
I don't know.
Here's the
I don't
thing,
even
I
know if
think-
we really have 86 volcanoes in Alaska.
I think if you go to the center of a volcano and drill long enough, it will become active again. It'll
That's
become
what I'm
I can
saying.
make it.
it'll become a newly active volcano.
So that's our solution, right? We fill this one up with trash, and it's dead now. So we just open up another one.
yeah.
No.
That's what I'm saying. But anyway, to get back to my point, we're
Start
gonna
filling each volcano until it gets to the top.
to the brim till it can't melt
Yeah.
it anymore.
I'm like, well,
Also,
guess we
this
got to move on to the next one.
This article said a volcano could melt some of your trash. It's melt. What am I putting in the trash that it's not gonna melt? that this fucking 2,000 degrees Celsius lava ain't gonna melt. Steel beams on the World Trade Center, jet fuel melts those bad boys.
Yeah.
But my point is,
It's gonna melt everything. I'm pretty sure anything I throw into lava, it will melt.
I don't plan on throwing anything away that lava can't melt.
I'm not like throwing away cosmic stardust or anything.
Right. So I'm being responsible on my end.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing away dark matter anymore.
Yeah, right.
Not after
Keep
that
all
one
that shit
time.
eat it all now.
Yeah, it's good for you. But
Yeah.
we got like Alcatraz, right?
Yeah.
We're not doing anything with that. We're gonna have a show there, and we're gonna put rallies there.
Yeah.
But what if we turn Alcatraz into like a big old lava pit,
I would love that.
and then we ship all our trash via boat out to the lava pit,
Mm.
and then we make some kind of device to safely transfer the trash from the boat to the pit, so it's not like one dude hauling bags.
And then
These are all logical fucking
Yeah.
things.
I don't think they are.
Yeah. And then on that island, we could start our sport organization, Death Sports,
Because there's a lava pit.
because there's a lava pit, and we can have like a tennis match over the lava pit, and the loser gets like
Into
pull the
lava
lever,
pit.
Kronk. Wrong levered into the lava pit.
Always wrong. Like the winning team always ends up dying because it's always the wrong lever.
Pull the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever.
Oh, it's the wrong lever.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, lava is a really untapped market.
Yeah. What do you think the stock is on? We got to check
I'm
the
gonna
lava stock.
You want me to check the stock? I can check the stock.
We got to check the lava stocks. See how they're doing. See if we should
Let me pull up the stock for you.
invest in lava. Because I think it's a good market to tap into.
I'm just saying, no one's using it, and it seems like a waste.
Yeah,
I
mean,
don't think we should aggravate the American volcanoes.
they might retaliate.
What are they gonna do?
Burn down our country?
I'm telling you, that's why we give a radius. That's why you can't live within this far.
Wait, why don't we call the Pidge? Just have them start storing all the trash in the Grand Canyon.
Aren't there two?
We're not doing anything there
volcanoes
either.
in
Right,
Arizona?
it's just a big looking spot.
Hang on, I got 2 laptops. Let me see. Yeah, there's 2 volcanoes in Arizona. I had to double check on my other screen.
We could effectively.
Let's have the Pidge do a testing.
The Pidge could be
Here's the
Arizona's
stock.
trash man.
Yeah.
It's up. It looks to me
It looks like the stock is up, guys.
like it's way up. Yeah.
Shane,
it's up.
you mind taking a picture of the stock on the screen over there and putting it in the Discord real
Yeah,
quick so
that's
everyone can see the stock?
That's a bull stock right there.
That's what I'm saying, dude. We gotta
Yeah.
flood the market,
Right.
just like we're flooding it with lava.
Yeah. I'm flooding.
But okay, no,
I'm flooding
because
my
if we put the
pants.
trash in the Grand Canyon, we're in the same spot we are now. It's being gross on the earth and making the water yucky and the soil yucky.
I didn't say to put it in the Grand Canyon.
You
I didn't
literally just said, why don't we put the fucking trash in the Grand Canyon?
He said that.
Did you say that?
I did say that.
Why are we doing that, guys? We have lava. We have lava. Why don't we use
don't
it?
need to use the lava
That's
because
like-
the volcanoes aren't aggravated, and we don't need to aggravate them, and we don't need to move the people that live near the volcanoes out of their
There's
radius.
like 5 people that live in Alaska.
Doesn't matter.
Shane, it's like me saying if you eat pizza 3 times a week, 3
Mhm.
times a week, you're making a pizza homemade.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a pizza cutter,
I do.
but you insist on cutting your pizza with a knife.
Mm-hmm.
That is where we're at with lava. We have a lava.
I always cut my lava pizza with my lava
We-
pizza cutter.
Why are you making it harder on yourself? You could put the trash in the earth. You could cut the pizza with a knife. But why would you do it when we have lava, also known as the pizza cutter?
Lava pizza cutter is clearly the answer to all of our problems. With in regards to
Tell
trash.
me when I'm telling lies. We could just put all the trash in a volcano.
Yeah,
No.
I actually don't want to put the trash underground anymore. I want to put it in a volcano and cut it up
We
with my
can't
lobster.
burn it though.
Why?
It goes into the ecosystem.
It's doing it anyway.
I'm gonna
The-
start emptying my trash in my front yard and then lighting it all on fire with my flamethrower dog.
The chemicals from burning trash are so much worse than just putting the trash on the
Does
ground.
it burn the same way if it's in a volcano?
Probably.
What if we put trash in space?
We do that already. A lot.
More trash in space.
We're literally seeing trash from the International Space Station crash into people's homes now because of all the trash that's in
I
space.
want
Why
more.
didn't we put it farther
There's
into space?
Elon put a car in space.
Yeah,
Farther.
more.
Okay, so let me piggyback then.
Mm-hmm.
Either we're doing the volcano, or we gotta send the trash to a black hole.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And
that'd
just
be cool.
wherever it goes, they have
Yeah,
trash
it's
now.
their problem.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind.
Congratulations, we've
I like-
gifted you trash.
We've
I like
taken our
black hole
trash
trash.
and pushed it somewhere else.
Yeah. Black hole trash.
I
And
love
then-
Chris Cornell.
We could see if like different versions of our trash come back through.
Whoa.
If they like start.
Yeah, what if we all
throwing
sent
their
through? We
trash?
sent a monkey through a black hole once, right?
There's a lot
Alternate
of dead
universe
monkeys in
trash.
space. How many dead monkeys are in space?
Probably
Couple?
at least one.
More than are in the studio.
That's true.
That's saying something.
Yeah. No monkeys jumping off our beds.
Nope, they're all in the barrel.
Yeah.
Don't look in the barrels. We gotta find a volcano quick.
We got to do something about these
we
monkeys.
really gotta move to Alaska.
Yeah. 86 volcanoes in Alaska is
Seems like bullshit.
not what I would have expected for a notoriously cold state, Alaska.
All right, let me clarify. The only people that can weigh in on this conversation are people in Alaska, Hawaii, California, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, New Mexico,
Dude,
Arizona,
what the hell is Idaho?
Arkansas.
What the hell is Idaho doing with 4 volcanoes?
Nevada, and Wyoming. Yeah, what the fuck are these places? Why? Why are they there? To be used.
Yeah, trash. We got to go to Alaska to put all our trash away.
I'm just saying, like, it's such a waste of good volcanoes.
Ice volcanoes, too.
You think our forefathers would have been like, we can't put trash in the volcanoes? That's immoral.
No, they would have been totally down.
Yeah.
They would have thought it was cool.
Yeah. You know the guys that gave us freedom?
Yeah.
Little thing called independence?
They would have loved trash
Invented the
volcanoes.
swivel chair?
Yeah. Invented bubblegum. Our
What?
founding fathers.
Did they?
Sure. I
Was
like
it-
to believe
what
they
did-
did.
Is it a John
Abraham-
Quincy Adams thing?
In my version of America, they did.
Didn't Abraham Lincoln
Wood teeth.
invent something?
He
with
invented the choke
wrestling?
slam.
Yeah.
Yeah, he invented the choke slam.
Yeah.
That's pretty true. And I
That is a
and
fact, yeah.
Because of that, I'm now American.
Now
I think you have to choke slam someone every 4th of July.
Yeah. Yeah.
At
Pretty
least every President's Day.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And put trash in volcanoes.
no. We need to get you off of this because
What is the worst that could happen? Tell me. What's the worst case scenario?
the volcano erupts.
That's
and
why we have the radius. So it can erupt.
Mm.
And then
We
when
just
it
get away.
cools, we go back to putting trash in it.
Yeah, I like
Fuck.
that.
At this point, let's just get rid of Alaska and make it Trash Island.
Yes.
We pay all the people to move.
Let's cut Alaska off.
What about all the
It's already off.
wildlife?
Let's tear it off. Rip it off like a scab.
Is there anything in Alaska that we don't have here yet?
I don't know. There's
Aurora Borealis.
moose. And
You know how much cooler that would look if lava was going off with it?
Whoa.
That's like a laser light show and pyro
Lava Aurora
moose.
Borealis?
in your
Bears.
kitchen at this time of year.
Whoa.
If
Can
you-
I see it?
Listen,
Steamed hams.
if you chase all the moose and bears out of Alaska,
They're
with
in
the
Minnesota.
lava,
They're in Minnesota.
there's gonna be even more.
It's like a zoo.
What if polar bears secretly love lava? And
We don't know.
What if they swim in lava?
What if they eat it?
And we
You
did not
guys are
know that?
pissing me off with this volcano
There's
bullshit.
so many good uses
not
for
happening.
lava.
Yeah.
There's
Has
so
anyone ever
many.
tried to eat lava? Let's try to put that in a milkshake.
Have we tried to do anything with lava ever? Was Pompeii it? Did we
Yeah.
stop there?
I think they were like, oh, this looks scary. We should just never touch it.
That's such a stupid concept.
Yeah, that's their fault.
It is.
We should find a way to capture it and train it to be our friend.
Lava?
Yes.
There's so many things we could do with lava.
I think that it probably has mystic powers that
Defense?
are unknown to us.
Lava cannon?
Yeah.
What if we had like a moat from other countries?
Maybe it
A
has...
moat? Have you heard of the ocean?
North Korea, South Korea?
Have you ever tried
That
to...
issue's solved if that wall is now lava.
Do
Yeah.
not give Korea
Oh,
lava.
dude, let's give North Korea lava.
Either side.
Just see what
No,
happens.
they share it because
Yeah.
it's mutually beneficial. It's
Oh,
good
like
for
a
both
river.
Koreas. Yeah.
Like a river going through the middle.
Yeah, it's good for both Koreas.
Oh, okay.
And what's good for both Koreas is good for me.
That's true. That is true.
I'm on team one Korea.
I'm on team...
Not in the sense that North Korea should take over. Let me clarify.
I'm on team lava. I will tell you that is the team that I'm on.
I think we're drastically misusing lava.
Yeah.
We're not using it at all.
It's
and
like
that's
how
good.
it's like how LA Knight could be world champion right now and fucking have a reign for years,
Yeah.
and they're just not using him, and he's just bullshitting around. That's what lava is. Lava is the LA Knight of our society.
I'm gonna
Let's start using lava.
start using a lava in my backyard as like a moat, like around my house. A lava moat.
Like, listen, it's cool. We got a new iPhone and we got fucking Apple goggles and all this stupid shit, right? We can't make something strong enough to withhold the heat of lava that we can just immobilize it. Why haven't we done that?
Lava alligators in my lava moat.
Lava's been around for so long. Because then once we have that material that can withstand the heat of lava, then we make things out of it. Then we have a lava dog from Boston Dynamics.
Probably very spicy to eat.
There's people that eat gold in like their French fries, remember?
Yeah,
So, like,
start eating lava.
once we capitalize this market, it'll be like the lava margarita,
That would be
$2.99 Applebee's happy hour,
awesome. Oh, imagine.
Lavaritas.
Lavaritas. Lavaritas at the Bees coming soon, courtesy of WSRR, baby.
Applebee's. Let's talk. 216-859-8699. We can get you in the lava game.
Yeah,
If there's anyone that knows about lava, that's us.
we are the top lava experts.
Literally
of
bring a
the world.
geologist.
Talk to anyone else about lava.
Bring a geologist on the show, and I'll fucking school his ass in lava.
Yeah,
Doubt.
I'll literally backhand a geologist if they ever try to step into the studio.
You'd be like Buzz Aldrin when you tell him we landed on the moon.
Yeah,
Just bam.
he'd be on the ground. He'd say, "Stop, not again," and then I'd front hand him.
You know, Buzz Aldrin?
The lava expert.
Oh, the
'Cause
geologist?
yeah, the geologist.
Sorry, I also want to punch Buzz Aldrin.
So
Because he lied about the moon.
Oh, lava gloves.
That's a thing. The lava glove. That's a thing. It was a TV made for TV ad. It was the lava glove, so you can grab your burgers on the grill and flip them with your hand.
I want like
It was sponsored by Billy Mays.
like a water water bed, but in a glove, and I want the inside to be lava filled, like a lava glove. Don't touch me with your lava hands, you lava man. Don't you know I'm lava eating?
All right,
man?
Shane's rapping. That means it's time to wrap up the show. 216-859-8699. If you know where I can get my hands on some lava
Don't
again,
tell him.
216-859-8699. Also, if you're in Alaska, I'm calling bull that you have 86 volcanoes. So prove me wrong. 216-859-8699. Of course, we're live every Monday right here on WSRR Radio for the Rebel Radio Show. It goes to podcast form every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Pandora, TuneIn, Google, Anchor, Amazon, iHeart, wherever you get podcasts.
Yeah.
You can listen to the Rebel Podcast, or you can go to stylesrebelradio.com. It's the homepage for all of our content, as well as WSRR Radio. Great shows there, like Shaney is Off Air.
That's so sweaty.
We got a new one that comes out tomorrow, as well as the Pigeonhole Beyond Bounds, 50 episodes of the Sports Avenue podcast, and a whole bunch of great content there. Also tonight, the debut of True Vault Escapades at 10 p.m. on WSRR Radio. So make sure you stay tuned to stylesrebelradio.com for all of our great programming schedules and more. Join the Discord server as well. The link is found there. And until next time, I've been Radio's Rebel DJ Style. To my right is Shaney.
Bye, everyone.
On the board is Jules.
Adios.
Peace.
It breaks